So, as you're probably guessing from the title, this is not clickbait. This is definitely a really good hypothesis, a really good theory. And the only reason I think it's a very good theory is because there is so far one single connection that I've made in zombies that I'm not very deep into detail with zombies. I do like the storyline, but I'm not as so far up to it as I could tell you the course of events by heart, what's going on, who's who, what's
this
what.
This is not a battle we prepared for, but I'm starting to recognize how it is part of a much larger war.
99.99%
and my conscience tells me I may be destined to fight.
To Blood of the Dead. And the reason I believe it's connected is because I had YouTube on autoplay, and I saw Mr. Rothroffle's Noah J 4567 or something. I forget their names. But anyways, they were playing it, and they did Blood of the Dead Easter egg, and something interesting came up was, spoiler alert, you don't want to...
You want a performance? I will show you a performance! I will show you all the vicious ways I will exact vengeance upon your flesh when I am free!
Fire gem.
And I will be free!
I do not believe it to be the fire gem. And everyone kind of pointed this out right away. The fire gem was not held by Rick Toffin. That was not his staff. That was Nikolai's staff. And it is pointed out near the end of that Easter egg cut or ending is how important Nikolai is to the story. So I don't believe Nikolai would be giving up something of his that is very important.
The deed is done. A prize to be claimed.
So like, hey, you're important. You can't give up your soul.
The contender demands another.
So you're probably wondering how I'm going about this, but there is a gem inside.
So you want to get close, huh?
And that gem is very...
Where are you, priest? You who have unleashed this evil!
Very similar.
You are a soulless coward, devoid of reason and empathy. You are monster. I kill monster.
Is obviously all the dimensions are connected in one way or another. This is not a big secret. The chaos dimensions would be the dimensions that the Greg Toffin and Takeo, Dempsey, and Nikolai don't exist in. Or maybe they do exist, but maybe they've died, so they're not able to save those dimensions from the chaos. So natural selection will pick the next group of people that can save it, which would be this group. So in this dimension, I would say this would be the dimensions that could not be saved, and they're overrun. So
I do not like these odds.
Saved by Dr. Mani. So in theory, would that mean that he lost in these dimensions? So he gave up on him?
The knife is like France, mes amis.
So, going with that in line, there's going to be
bonus points.
Yes, evil ones, keep giving me the tools to destroy you.
my guess is that Rick Hoffman has traveled to the Chaos dimension, which I'm just referring to him as that. That's the storyline, the Chaos storyline. In other words, he's came to not necessarily 9, but to these dimensions and gather a power of things that Dr. Monty can't beat. So, such for example, there's a gem that's on the Build-A-Bench, and it looks very, very, very similar to the gem Rick Hoffman was holding. And I don't mean like in size and shape, but
The Hammer of Valhalla is
The challenge is finished.
still.
Another awaits.
This makes me uneasy. One does not get
Witness
something
the
for
thirst
nothing.
for glory.
So,
Even in death, the wealthy cling to their spoils. Putain de voleurs.
I wanna try to. I could have changed the game modifiers, but that would have just made it not as fun. And of course, I'm recording
Do I
this off
look
the
like a wealthy
PlayStation,
man? No.
which,
Do I look
again,
like a man
I
you
tried
want to
do it on
extort?
the computer,
No!
Make a little more quality video. But that takes a very long time of effort and pain. And if not done properly, you could actually turn out worse. So I'm just going to stream it.
That artifact the priest had. I have seen
But
its
the
like
thought
before.
is, the
I
Rick
will
Hoffman
hold it
comes
in
to these
half and
dimensions,
feed it to him.
and
May he shit it out
at this point,
sideways.
he's picked up
Careful,
whatever he
friends.
needed to fight
There
Dr.
is
Monty,
fire
and
now.
now he's heading back to his other dimension
Double points.
to tell everyone,
The
like, hey,
phrase making
I
a
have found the
killing
way to
was
defeat Dr.
never
Monty,
more
and
appropriate.
he's gotten the book from the Chaos storyline, the Ignore
Keep your filthy claws
and
off me!
with that book,
A challenge met.
That is
God.
satisfying. I must confess.
A contender petitions a god.
that,
Will they satisfy?
nope, best way to put it in a quick story. So, the Rick Hoffman that was sent away to fight the original Chaos, the Ultimus, I believe.
These must be the previous contestants.
Ah, here it is. So this
The
gem right
bad
here,
ones.
it looks very similar to what's.
One mistake,
It looks
and now
very
you bleed
similar
to
to
death.
what Rick Hoffman is
C'est
in the
la vie.
cutscene. Just, it looks like it's shattered and broken. And that's part of the bull diagram. It looks like it's shattered and broken, but in these smaller pieces in Blood of the Dead, looks like what you would pick up from doing the Easter egg. And to me, that's very interesting because why would you need to pick them up for the Easter egg? And my thought is that the Chaos storyline, or the dimensions that were supposedly lost or missing, are not. They're actually in like a suspended animation, or they're just out of
Burning
Dr. Monty's
life,
eyes
burning
because
death.
he no longer has control
This
over
is the
those
way for
places.
such men.
So he's kind of like
Maybe
abandoned
in
them.
ashes, we finally
So
rest.
because he's abandoned them and given up on them,
Now,
they're
it is
just
not so bad, bleeding to death. Greed consumes this policy.
yeah, I'm bad. So because he's given up on them, he's only focusing on what's good in his eyes.
I have
So
died before. I am in no hurry
everyone
to do
was
so.
talking about how Rick Hoffman died at first, and right, how he sacrificed his blood. But that being the question, did he really die, sacrifice his blood? Everything turns gray in that dimension. So
Boom. More scraps.
my question would be, instead of turning it, would it, because it's no longer in Dr. Monty's eyes, did it really all just die and go to a shame, or did it actually just temporarily like
bonjour, little trinket. Do not worry, we will find a home for you.
Where
oh beast, I will endeavor to grant you a clean death.
And mostly this is all just theory, but would that mean that every story so far, because of the time traveling and warping, can be changed up to this point to where not only Dr. Monty,
not like this
no one
place.
exists?
It reeks of the hubris of man. Like
that being the case,
Diego's cheap cologne, only far, far worse. This was careless
yeah,
of
I
me,
definitely did that.
and we cannot afford to be careless today.
But that being the case, could it mean that Rick Hawkins from
would be an
not
easy
only
way
the
out.
previous ones,
I do not deserve
but
the
other
easy
Rick
way
Hawkins
out.
from other dimensions and worlds gather up to help fight Dr. Monty?
Not only do the dead haunt us, they laugh at our empty wallets. It is getting crowded here. I need more room to operate. It seems the fire cannot touch the dead. For they already burn.
That's a really good explanation of this theory. I keep getting distracted because I'm trying to focus on playing. But reasons why 9 and Blood of the Dead, I believe, are connected, which connects the dimensions, which, in my eyes, make everything as if it's not as if they're changing the story, but it's all in one line, if that makes sense.
This looks promising.
So, of course, we have like all these other different.
A tree
me,
must
I
be
don't
respected.
think important.
A mother's
I think the reason
wrath
they
is a
add
terrible
these
thing.
Others,
However much
gods
it
and
may be the
goddesses,
result
is
of
this show
madness.
that maybe they were previous heroes in the past. So like maybe Zeus and
Like a cantaloupe.
Odin and Ra and
I may be a big target, but I also eat
were all like
back
heroes in the
harder.
past, such as Rick Hawkins, Dempsey, and the others who have fought this evil.
Asseyez-vous, motherfucker.
Max ammo.
More bullets, more bloodshed. This is my life. You are welcome to it. An even bigger gladiator. Perhaps Diego was right. Perhaps they do get promoted.
A contender calls the champion of Danu.
There had better not be more where you came from. I grow weary of sending you back to hell.
The champion of Danu is slain. A contender calls the champions of Ra.
I used to have a rule. Children,
A contender prevails. Receive the gift of a god. The champions of Ra are slain.
Long story short, that was pretty much my theory, was that crystal was not the fire gem, but instead was gems, I don't want to say similar to element 115, for the, not element, I don't know why I said 115, not necessarily that element, but maybe opposite element, so instead of being full of chaos and destruction, it's actually full of good and can cure the madness.
how did this get overlooked?
Break out and whatnot. Oh, and I believe that's all from this crystal that you see.
A
Which is
Toho
funny
is a
because that
loyal
crystal is
animal.
also in
I
the
imagine
blade.
the shield is just as loyal. My claw is sharper.
So not only is it just in the blade, but it's also in Blood of the Dead's cutscene, I would say. And that's a really, really hard lapse judgment. Like, that's just pure speculation. But I think it works out really well.
In Paris, I go to the bathhouse to wash away the blood.
I don't know about others,
This is where
or
it
if
went.
others maybe want to try to connect the dots where I'm failing to.
What happened to my bullets?
But
I
to
could
me,
not have used so many.
that perfectly makes sense to where that not being what it was, because everyone's saying it's a fire gem, but definitely didn't get out any energy similar to a fire gem. I mean, fire gem usually fire. Instead, it gave out this red, radiated energy.
This unit supply situation is dire.
Essentially the elemental staff, but to the what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, words. Trying to describe words to use it.
A contender calls the champion of Odin!
It's really hard to find words to describe what I'm trying to think of.
Carpenter.
I should just grab a board and use it to beat this monster. Here comes trouble. Big, massive, emotional. Undead version of me.
The champion of Odin is slain. A contender calls the champions of Zeus.
Only a coward hides his face, destroyer. Low ammo! Merde! Rage is a poor weapon. Look where it got you.
Full power.
All the armor in the world could not save you from
So,
me.
if you
The
look at
champions of Zeus are slain.
the sword I have, that to me looks like the crystal
Shatter
and
their
similar
will.
energy from the crystal that also
You will
gives
not
off
defeat
to
us here.
the energy that was displayed, that was used to not necessarily kill all the zombies, but free all the zombies from their corrupted souls.
More tiger. Oh, they are just messing with
I want
me.
to say that's probably like the way I would describe it.
Max ammo.
And
I shall put these bullets to better use than I have done in the past. At least they go down quick.
Max ammo.
But to me, that's what makes sense to me. That all the dimensions are not completely closed off, or in this sense, it's not that they don't exist, but instead, they would choose not to be looked at by
Not
Dr.
put a
Mind
fire in my bowels.
because of
Like a nice
they're no
cognac.
longer able to be
But
saved.
Diego's cooking.
And because they're no longer able to be saved, he's just said that there are dimensions that no longer exist. So they're just like, for example, Blood, the Dead,
A small victory.
the other 9,
Shall we
they're
honor
just
them?
full
How many giants with glasses?
of
Carpenter.
can't be saved.
Who else got a hammer to the
It
face?
makes sense, because I mean, like, if you thought that a dimension was completely dead and can't be saved, would you consider it? Like, we consider everything on Earth as life and living and whatnot, but we don't consider
We will be
other
overwhelmed
planets
again
like that
if we do
because
nothing to prepare.
we reason to be dead or not supportive of life. So we have
Insta-kill.
as
You are going down, monster!
maybe planet. Words are really bad at describing this.
hammer is ready. Strange how I can just feel it.
My connection, nonetheless, will say though, is all the dimensions, which I've said like 1,000 times now, are connected.
Finally, a pleasant one. And I feel like I had a good night's rest.
Duna, Deny, whatever, and Raw were all the previous Guardians, such as Richtofen, Dempsey, and everyone else. And the reason they're viewed as gods was because they had strange abilities, which in this case would be the power of the crystals to
I will put
run
you
around
out of your
and
misery.
time warp and use special powers and weapons. So maybe not necessarily guns, but the elemental staffs. They may have been the people who created the staffs. And then
this design is magnifique. Whoever made this was a true master.
Could have been a crystal that was made by, for example, one of the other gods. That kind of got lucky.
No more tigers, s'il vous plaît. There. You see how the blue ones creep away? Let's try it.
The trial awaits.
The shield was not as strong as I hoped. Good thing there are more. The smell of burnt flesh is all too familiar.
Sweet. So, now that I've kind of said my point of the crystals being similar, this energy here, Pack-a-Punch,
the enemy approaches.
The Chaos storyline, which seems to be this red aura versus blue aura.
Again, the Axeman comes.
It's just
and
the
again, I
dimensions
must
that
chop him
have
down.
been overrun and almost completely annihilated and forgotten about Dr. Monty because they're no longer eligible to be saved in his eyes. So, people such as the new cast and storylines, as the person I'm playing as now, they're not necessarily Richtofen or Brawl, Odin, Dunai, and Thor, or Zeus. They're other people who can fight.
Look what you made me do, you cacaboo.
They're not necessarily as strong,
Max ammo.
but they're still capable of fighting against the evils. I have an item available. Where did they throw it?
Insta-kill.
Now, cut them down like weeds.
But that was it. That's pretty much it. That's my only connection. Is that the crystal that Richtofen was using was not a crystal from the fire staff. It was actually a crystal from this domain, or from one of the chaosing realms. And I believe that they're going to meet up with the other group, and when they do meet up, they may not be necessarily Richtofen being a good person, but the Oracle, as we hear her voice, is not maybe the Oracle, but maybe it's like an adult Samantha.
Keep your distance, Lightning Man. Next, the tigers will wear armor. It's not your fault, kitten.
The contender proves worthy. What saith their god?
There's a survivor here who will want you by the second. This thing is like a cannonball. You want to see me angry? This is the last thing you will ever see!
Bonus points.
Points for guns, points for bullets. Everything in this place is murder fuel. My weapon is nearly as empty as Diego's brain. One less tiger. I am sure they'll make more.
Where more is asked, the gods shall provide.
This should be a fun one. So, another reason why I think the timelines are connected is it's weird how they try to give off an entire cast,
smells like the
but
market
it's
in
not
Morocco.
the last
It smells
or the
like
first time they've given us an entire new cast of players, such as the cast from
double points. There is acid in this cauldron. I will never forget water. It is
A vicious
Kill is an act of mercy, and I am most merciful today.
from other timelines, such as the transit crew, which I've never completed a single transit Easter egg because I hated those maps so much. The other crew would be the
I know Alistair yet lives. He would not die before I could repay the debt I owe.
which again is all theory, but those were that the Shadow Demon crew. They weren't necessarily evil, but they were the closest thing to being saviors of those realms. And as bad as that says, like, everyone in the Shadow crew
I no
actually
longer feel
murdered
sorry for these stripe
someone
horrors.
else. It's really bad to say.
It's not
But
your
just
fault.
because they murder, people
Someone
doesn't
is
necessarily mean
using
they
us
were bad
all.
people. I mean, even looking at Richthofen, a lot of people think Richthofen is good now, yet
The angry ones are the type I hated working with Macintosh. Always rushing in blindly,
everyone's like,
leaving
oh yeah,
bodies in
Richthofen is a
their
good
way.
guy, but he still has killed. Because he's went through it all. He's went through all the madness and all that, unless you want to say it's the time loop, it's his younger self, so he hasn't committed
Click,
crimes
click, click.
yet.
How I
But
despise
even to
that
go
sound.
that far is still like saying, oh yeah, he's never committed them, but if he never shown himself the right way, he still would have committed those acts. Just because a thief returns something he's stolen doesn't mean he's still not a thief. If that makes sense.
You all die now!
I did not want to fight you.
Wonderful. The nightmare on stilts has followed us even here. Just keep that tongue away from me.
Right.
I am no stranger to running out of ammo in the middle of a battle. But yes, it is always embarrassing. Bonus points. Rewound me all you want. It will not save you. Tastes like cognac, mixed with the tears of torture victims. One less monster. All of hell to go. You have been a pain in the neck to us. Allow me to return the favor. Standing my ground here is just bad tactics. We come store! Let Uno release! Sometimes the give a fuck!
Bonus points.
So, another way that they're connected, and of course this is just all like pondering in my head as I'm thinking, is besides the gym, which is like my only really solid kind of proof there, not necessarily solid, but the closest thing I have as to being proof.
What was that? Did anyone else hear a voice? Inside your head, I mean.
I need simple overall.
Is that you? Someone toys with my mind. They are not the first to try.
Unleash the onslaught!
Another shock trooper. They must be committing their reserves. You certainly were in a hurry to die.
How interesting would it be is if they took damage from the fire as well. Not a lot of damage, just some.
Max ammo.
Free ammunition for me is like open bar for an alcoholic.
Fire sale.
Get to the skull box before the sale ends. We need firepower.
Perhaps too simple a challenge. What say you, my children?
I still can't purchase it.
Another scar.
A new challenge asked. A new challenge granted.
Yes, Hammer. When the moment is
Take
right.
up a little head of a zombie.
Our statue was hiding a secret. But the secret has another secret. I hate it. Yeah, looks like that one brought hell with it. More big cats. It just feels wrong to destroy them. You screamers keep trying to provoke me. And it keeps working. Why do I smell fire? What secrets do you hold, shield?
So pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much as solid as my theory gets, and I'm sure if I delve into it more, I could find more proof. But as far as me wanting to do that, I think I'd rather leave that to people who have actually like looked into it and are huge fans, and people who like read the comics and can make the connections better than I can. The only reason I think that would be the case is they might be able to make this theory more concrete.
Stop screaming! It will make no difference!
I believe that is a connection. Kind of like, hey, here's a bone, or here's some material, see what you can build with it. But I think it's good, because it makes really good sense to me. Which is interesting, because now that I'm looking at the statue, each statue has something similar to a spear.
Full power.
So again, you can say like, oh, that's just Zeus' Thunderbolt, and he's got an axe, but he also has a spear. And that spear looks like, again, it has red on it. Raw has a scepter.
Tigers will wear armor.
A staff, their weapon of choice against you.
At least they go down quick. Over here, Marauder. You want to leap as someone? Come to Kudo! Huh? Together to the glory of single combat.
Double points.
Do you expect me to say thank you? My friends, do not let me become like this poor creature. Look at cheese and rancid garbage. And a stillborn baby, it would not smell half as fine.
What else could I say that connects them? So yeah, each one of them has a staff, or something that could be considered an elemental weapon. There was like this bit of green right there.
A new prize, Doctor!
Red there, yellow there.
Did this one fight in the arena?
Which, again,
some famous champion reduced to mindless fury? More tigers. They are just passing me. You will never hurt anyone else. I wish I could say the same for myself. Somebody help me chop this one down! Your troubles are ended, Gladiator.
Max ammo.
Ah, très bien. A gun without bullets is just a big paperweight. Good for bludgeoning, but little else.
So red is the mystery box. So instead of blue, red is the mystery box. Again, because it's no longer favored by the gods. This world, like Dr. Monty, is kind of like given up on. But just because the world's given up on doesn't mean the natural selection of the world is yet given up.
None of you are a match for me. But all of you, that is another story. Whatever ends up killing me today, please do not let it be something.
A frenzy of bloodshed.
The arena, I feel, is where I belong. Allez, here kitties, I will put you out of your misery, huh? Over here, you dumb ox! Let me help you get that armor!
I didn't know where to go.
I swore to sell my life dearly. You monster haven't paid enough yet.
When we get out of here, that's where I want to go.
Wait your turn, boss. I will get to you.
No! Aw. So, yay, I only survived 19 rounds. Really shitty 19 rounds. But, on the bright side, I think I got across my point very, very bad. But I still think I got the point across that Rick Hoffman has been to the other dimensions / the chaos storyline dimensions, and I believe the Oracle may not just be the Oracle, but I have 3 guesses. Either it's, I want to say either the mother of, what's her name? What is her name? Scarlet, I believe? Can't be seen right now. This female here, I believe it's either her mother or her, and if it's neither of them, I believe it may be someone of the females from the storyline, the ether storyline, such as maybe it is Samantha as an adult or as a enlightened one when she maybe goes and takes over Dr. Monty's spot because of how pure she is. And that's like as far as I can think of. But yeah, that's it. If anybody else has got an idea, then